What is going on in Ireland is a travesty. Our government is the government of zero action with zero accountability. You know, our money is being spent on overseas issues that has nothing to do with the Irish people. The illegal immigration racket is running ravage on the country. There are rural towns in Ireland that have been overrun in one swoop, that have become a minority in one swoop. So issues need to be addressed, and the 40 million Irish Americans, as I said, need to hear this.
Conor McGregor, someone who is, possibly the most beloved son of Ireland right now. I mean, the guy, he's never going to pay for a drink for the rest of his life in Ireland. He's come to the White House, and people thought that this was going to be, he's going to, walk around, swing the arms, do the whole bit. But he's actually come here on a very serious note, and this is serious business. We talked about it here last week. We actually talk about it on the program all the time. But here you have the mouth of Conor McGregor himself, and he's talked about it as well, delving into politics in a very serious issue, that the Irish people, the people who are themselves the indigenous natives of the Emerald Isles, are being completely overrun by migration. And in fact, there are towns in rural areas of Ireland where the Irish population is now becoming the minority. Davis, what is he talking about? Is this true? Is this really going on in Ireland?
It's absolutely true. I spent several weeks in Ireland a couple of years ago, and I saw it then. We have these migrants coming from the Muslim world and other places. They're overrunning Ireland. They're not assimilating into Irish culture, and you're going to start seeing no-go zones in Ireland, just like you see in other places in Europe. And it's not acceptable. You can have immigration into your country, and you should welcome legal immigration. You should not welcome mass migration of illegal immigrants who overrun your country, overrun your social services, overrun your culture. These people who are coming to Europe are not there to assimilate. Many of them are coming there to conquer.
Well, and they're coming there exactly. That's exactly what happens. Because look, when people go to Ireland, right, we're an Irish American, and they look to Ireland, obviously tourism is a huge chunk of the Irish economy. There's no question about that. Irish culture is amazing. St. Patrick's Day, beyond the nominal term of it being a saint's feast day in the church, it's also, of course, a celebration of all things Irish culture, Irish music, Irish dance, Irish food. These things are all incredible. Irish literature, they're amazing. It's one of the most well-known and famous cultures all around the entire planet. And so what I don't think people realize is that by allowing these migrants to overrun these towns and cities and villages, like both Conor and you are discussing, is what you're doing is you're actually putting that culture at risk. Because guess what? There's a generational issue here. And we talk about this again and again and again, because eventually what happens is if you keep importing people from just foreign cultures all over, then guess what? Your culture goes away. It doesn't get replaced. It does get replaced. It gets completely replaced. It doesn't regenerate.
Yeah, and that's a problem. And look, let's just not be politically correct about this. So if you are mass importing people from the Islamic world, Islamist, into Europe, and they don't want to assimilate, that is a recipe for disaster. You are importing people who want to destroy the West. I'm not saying every Muslim does, but Islamists certainly do. And we need to wake up. Europe is going through this right now. It's going to happen in America. Thank God we have President Trump in office right now, so we can have extreme vetting again from people, for people who come from these places who hate us, don't share our values, they want to destroy us. And they're not here to assimilate. They are here to conquer. So if you don't want to assimilate into Ireland, if you don't want to assimilate into Europe, if you don't want to assimilate into America and share our culture and share our values, get the hell out. And these European countries like Ireland and the rest of Europe, they should follow President Trump's lead and get people out of their countries before it's too late.